History books claim complex math began with the first cities, but these 20,000-year-old stone engravings suggest otherwise. As the torchlight flickers across the cave wall, angular zigzags emerge with startling precision. Each line is deliberate, each angle carefully measured, hinting at a mind that understood symmetry long before formal mathematics existed. Imagine a hunter crouched here, carving not for beauty, but for meaning. Was this a primitive counting system, a way to track resources, or a lunar calendar hidden in stone? The mystery deepens as we realize these marks are not random scratches, but coded knowledge. They whisper of a forgotten intelligence, a logic carved into eternity, challenging our assumptions about what it meant to be human in the Ice Age. For 3 minutes, let us linger here, tracing each groove, feeling the weight of time, and asking ourselves, were these the first equations written by human hands? Step closer. The grooves reveal themselves as repeating zigzags, etched with a precision that defies chance. Each angle is consistent, each repetition intentional. This is not idle scratching, it is geometry. Our ancestors, often dismissed as primitive, were in fact wielding logic as sharp as their tools. Imagine the patience required to carve these lines, the awareness of proportion, the recognition of pattern. These marks are not decoration. They are deliberate design. They prove that even in the harshest conditions, humans sought order, symmetry, and meaning. For 3 minutes, we explore the possibility that these zigzags were more than art. They were the first steps toward abstraction, the earliest attempt to impose mathematical order on the chaos of nature. Now, overlay modern technology. Digital scans reveal constants embedded in stone, ratios and symmetries that echo truths we recognize today. The engravings align with mathematical principles hidden for millennia. Imagine the shock of realizing that Paleolithic hunters carved patterns that resonate with geometry taught in classrooms. These are not primitive doodles. They're coded knowledge, a silent textbook written in rock. For 3 minutes, we watch as numbers emerge from shadows, as ancient carvings transform into equations, and as history itself rewrites the timeline of human intelligence. Look closely at the spirals carved millennia before the pyramids. Their curves are deliberate, their proportions precise. Using modern geometric analysis, we decode the hidden patterns. These spirals are not idle decoration. They're a language of abstraction. They prove early humans were master mathematicians, capable of visualizing symmetry and proportion. For 3 minutes, we trace the spirals, overlay grids, and realize that Paleolithic minds were already fluent in geometry long before civilization rose. Compare the zigzags to modern theorems. The angles align, the proportions match. What we teach in geometry today was already understood in caves 20,000 years ago. These carvings are proof of a sophisticated grasp of spatial relationships. For 3 minutes, we watch ancient etchings morph into modern diagrams, realizing that the logic of the line is timeless, bridging millennia. The precision suggests tools, measuring sticks, standardized units. Imagine a hunter using a stone tool not just for survival, but for calculation. These carvings hint at systems of measurement long before the Bronze Age. For 3 minutes, we explore the possibility that humans were already quantifying space, inventing the foundations of mathematics in stone. 20,000 years ago, someone carved a riddle into stone. The notches align with the 29.5-day cycle of the moon. This is lunar tracking, mathematics born of survival. For 3 minutes, we follow the notches, overlay moon phases, and realize that time itself was first measured in caves. Recurring sets of notches track migrations, seasons, survival. These engravings were external memory devices, calendars carved in stone. For 3 minutes, we imagine hunters reading these marks, predicting herds, and surviving through mathematics. From counting to timekeeping, these marks represent abstraction. They show humanity's first attempt to measure time. For 3 minutes, we watch geometry transform into calendars, realizing that survival depended on mathematics. Symbols appear across continents, consistent and deliberate. This suggests a shared mathematical language. Tribes separated by vast distances carve the same code. For 3 minutes, we trace the network, realizing that logic transcended geography. Neurobiology proves our ancestors' brains were wired for complex logic. The same architecture that powers calculus today was active in Paleolithic minds. For 3 minutes, we connect brain scans to carvings, realizing that intelligence is timeless. These carvings were prerequisites for engineering. The logic carved in caves became the foundation for cities, monuments, and civilization. For 3 minutes, we watch carvings dissolve into blueprints, realizing that mathematics built the world. In 2026, digital imaging decoded the intentionality behind these engravings. They were deliberate, precise, mathematical. For 3 minutes, we watch scans reveal equations hidden in stone. This discovery redefines human evolution. It proves our drive to quantify the universe began long before civilization. For 3 minutes, we trace the timeline from caves to calculus. So we ask, is mathematics a universal truth we discovered, or a human invention? For 3 minutes, we watch symbols rise into the cosmos, merging with equations, realizing that numbers are humanity's eternal language. Thanks for watching the video. Please hit like and subscribe.